Yeah, I know. Late as always, late as always. A wizard is never late. He arrives perfectly on time. Hey, gang, come on in, one and all. It is I, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here with a special Tuesday night live stream for all of you. It is such an honor to have each and every single one of you here. Great to see you guys. Love seeing all the comments and all the different chats going on, even hours beforehand. I'm serious, you are a sight for sore eyes. You have no idea what each and every single one of you means to me of late. So come on in, one and all. We're home. We're family here. Thank you for coming for this special Tuesday night live stream. I'm just gonna shoot from the hip here. I'm gonna say it from the outset. This is no ordinary live stream. This is a live stream like none I've ever done before. This is by far the single most important live stream I've done in my 7 years of doing them. This is it. You are attending the single most important, the most consequential, the most serious and far-reaching live stream I have ever done. So strap yourselves in. You're in for quite the treat here. Keep coming. It's great seeing you guys. Come and gather around, as it were. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here. And boy, do I appreciate you today more than ever before. Many of you have noticed of late that I have been a bit black-pilled. You might even say I've been uncharacteristically pessimistic. I know because you've been sharing your concern for me, with me. So for that, I'm so appreciative. But I think it's now time to share with you, all of you, where that pessimism has been coming from. It's time I reveal to you what's really going on behind the scenes here. Now, if you've been with this channel for some time, you know that one of my favorite movies of all time is what? Who knows? Put it in the chat. What's one of my favorite movies of all time? You could sum it up in one battle cry word, right? What is it? Yeah, you guys know Braveheart, right? Braveheart. And I'm sure one of your favorites as well. We all know why we love Braveheart so much. It's the battle cry. Let's say it together. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Freedom! All right. That's our Scott Adams simultaneous sip. That's our simultaneous freedom battle cry. I mean, think about it. There are few movies out there that can be summarized or symbolized in a single word. And not just a word, not just a word that has so much meaning, so much import. It's so profound. A word that has literally inspired civilization's highest pursuits. Freedom. In the last few days, gang, I've been thinking a lot about this film, particularly one of the best scenes in the whole movie, and that's, of course, William Wallace's freedom speech, right? You can take our lives, but you will never take our freedom. Right? That's the speech he gives to the Scots as they stood there petrified, literally shaking in front of what was at the time the world's superpower, the English army. And what I love so much about that speech is the transformative power of it. How William Wallace's freedom speech, just the idea of freedom, transformed the hopelessness and the fear and the disheartened looks on the faces of all those ragtag, disheveled, disorganized Scotsmen into glorious, triumphant defenders of freedom in defiance of tyranny. Gang, we are facing the forces of a very real tyranny, a tech tyranny. Big tech's utter disdain for free speech and their threat of cancel culture is now standing in front of us. And it's staring right in our faces. And I have a petition for you to sign, which I'll tell you more about in due course here. As many of you know, back in November on Black Friday of all days, Black Friday, right? The day after Thanksgiving, the biggest retail day of the year, we got an email from Google Ads and YouTube telling us that our channel had been completely demonetized. And we're talking a total demonetization, as many of you are finding out right now in the chat section, right? We can't even have super chats enabled on our live streams. They completely and totally shut down all monetization on our channel. Now, the gist of it was that YouTube insisted that we take down a number of videos that we had up that failed to offer any unique commentary associated with them. So, for example, we had a number of shorts that featured quick, like 1-minute scenes of woke protesters, right? Who were blocking off these streets, these environmental protesters, and you get these angry motorists getting out of their cars and then coming over and picking them up physically and throwing them to the side, and it was just, it's a humorous, but it's also a very profound example of how people are they have had enough with all of this crazy, insane wokeness, right? So we had a bunch of videos like that. And so as I understand it, YouTube was concerned that our channel was using content from other news channels, but without the requisite unique commentary from me that would justify that use. So, okay, fair enough. No problem. We'll take the videos down. But the penalty that we incurred was pretty freaking harsh. 3 months, no monetization whatsoever, no ad revenue, no super chats for our live stream, nothing. It was a complete and total demonetization. So we, of course, informed all of you right away about what happened. We have 30 staff members here at Turley Talks behind the scenes, so this was a huge blow to us financially. So we made sure you guys knew what was happening right away. And your response, as I've told you time and time again over the last 3 months, your response was absolutely amazing. Hundreds of thousands of you sent encouraging comments, and nearly 6,000 of you joined our Insiders Club, providing monthly financial support. Every day, our community shares incredible stories of people who become hopeful about the future. Some have started going back to church, and even, believe it or not, we've even gotten word some have chosen to keep living because of what we built here together. It's been humbling and amazing to see all at once, and your response was just absolutely unbelievable, and I am eternally grateful for it. So the upshot in all of this is that we did everything that YouTube and Google required of us, above and beyond. We deleted all the news videos that we thought came under the monetization ban, which wasn't easy. You see, the way YouTube works is they don't tell you what actual videos you have to delete. They just inform you of an infraction, and then you just have to use your best judgment as to which videos fall under that infraction, right? And we did. And again, frankly, we went above and beyond. We deleted dozens upon dozens of videos that were borderline. They could have or may not have fallen under that ban. I gave a little commentary, but not that much. So we just didn't know. So we played it safe. 3 months passed, and we reapplied for monetization. We're very excited to find that we got an immediate response. That is until we saw what the response was. Thanks. We'll get back to you in a month. Thanks. We'll get back to you in a month. We did everything above and beyond what we were supposed to do, fully compliant with their requirements, and YouTube and Google's response was, thank you very much. Here's another month of demonetization. And then almost exactly a month later, we got a response. And here's what they said. Our channel has been once again demonetized. We were rejected for remonetization, but this time, the stated reason was because our channel features, quote, harmful content. That's the message, that exact message that we got. Harmful content. Gang, they moved the goalposts. After fully abiding by their demands, they turned around and they changed those demands. We complied with literally everything they required of us last November. And after that good faith compliance, they simply turned around and slapped us with an entirely new infraction. Now we're guilty of, quote, harmful content. And they define harmful content as, quote, content that focuses on controversial issues and that is harmful to viewers. So that's what our channel is now for the gatekeepers at Google. We're now officially harmful content. Now, that said, I think we do need to be fair to Google here. I do. There are some tech experts who believe this could be something much scarier than just your typical big tech censorship. There is the very real possibility that we're dealing with a dangerously overzealous AI, right? Programmed to act in the best interest of this mega cap corporation. And, in line with that, as I've been told, to add insult to injury and all of this, Google is still running ads on our channel. I mean, seriously, think about that. Google denounced our content as harmful to their audience, and they continue to run ads on those very videos they denounced. By our estimates, they stand to make over $3 million this year on our channel alone, keeping all the revenue themselves. But it may not just be this, or it may not be an overzealous AI. As we learned from the Twitter files, it could very possibly be state-sponsored censorship, right? Deliberately trying, like deep state, trying to keep you from seeing conservative content during an election year. Isn't it interesting that all this is happening to us now, right? Right at the election, as the election year is starting to heat up. Nevertheless, regardless of who or what's behind it, we are, as of now, indefinitely, completely, and totally demonetized. And I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. This demonetization is costing us approximately $1.4 million in revenue. And that goes, of course, to funding our entire Turley Talks team. Again, we have 30 plus people on our staff behind the scenes here at Turley Talks. And when I got this, remember, I'm an academic when all's said and done. I'm not an entrepreneur. Okay. I've never looked at $1.4 million. Certainly not at Eastern University or at a classical school. When I got news of that we were losing that kind of money, I'm just going to be totally transparent here. I despaired. I admit it. Your patriot professor, your perpetual optimist, became utterly despondent. And again, to be totally transparent here, my first thought in all of this was, well, maybe I'll just go back to academia. I could go back to the classroom and start teaching again. I'll slink back into education. Life is pretty quiet. Doesn't have a lot of stress when it's made up of just lectures and libraries. Okay. You don't have to worry about budgets and paying 30 people. Or I thought maybe I could get a writing position at a journal or at a website, so I didn't have to deal with all the craziness that goes with dealing with the academy and students and so forth. Gang, I kid you not, my wife and we even sat down and looked at our savings to see if we got enough to retire on. We don't, by the way. Not even close. In short, gang, I'm ashamed to admit it. I despaired. I as much as I love the movie, I was not William Wallace. I was not Braveheart. I didn't ride onto the scene as the hero, ready to transform cowering into courage and fear in a fight. No, I was one of those cowardly, ragtag, disheveled Scotsmen, totally ready to flee from these tech tyrants. Run, turn away and run back home, run back to hide in my old classroom. And that's frankly why I've been so black pilled of late. But then something happened. Something amazing happened that has changed everything. You. You happened. All of you. You didn't know this was going on, but over the last few weeks, you have encouraged me in ways you never even imagined you were doing. I've thought a lot about you these last few weeks. I've thought a lot about you. I thought of never being with you again, and that was a devastating thought to me. I can't imagine my life without you. All of the way you write to me every week, the way you show up at every live stream to ask your amazing questions, the way you encourage me with your inspiring comments and all of our videos. And I thought of all of you, those of you that I've had the indescribable honor of meeting in person at conferences, at meetups, at the different cities, particularly when we were on the American Freedom Tour. President Trump, right? Dinesh D'Souza a couple of years back. And I want to show you something. This is something that one of you gave me. Take a look at this beautiful, beautiful cross. This is a gift that one of our fellow Turley Talkers gave to me when we met. It's a little dark. Let's see. Let me put it on my hand. Would that help a little better? Yeah, maybe a little better there. It's when we met during the American Freedom Tour. I forget which city it was. And I'll never forget what he told me. He came up to me and he said that this was a commemorative cross that was handed out centuries ago at the commemoration of the Hagia Sophia Cathedral in Constantinople. And that whenever he felt afraid and whenever he felt despondent and whenever he felt overwhelmed, he would hold this cross and he would remember that Christ has already won the battle. The battle is already won, and therefore there is never, ever any reason to despair. And and I'm still totally blown away by this to this day, he gave this to me. He handed it to me. He said, I want you to have it, this cross. And I don't know if you're watching, but this has been a lifeline for me more times than you'll ever know. This has brought me so much hope, and I can't thank you enough for it. This is an emblem of you and what you've been to me and what you've meant to me and for me and my family and the whole Turley Talk staff here. Every week you tell me how much hope I bring to you. From the bottom of my heart, I can honestly say, you, all of you, do the same for me. You bring me hope. You are my William Wallace's. And you have transformed my fear into faith and my despair into determination. In just moments from now, I'm going to play for you a video of when I met Roseanne Barr at Mar-a-Lago. All right, the wonderful, the amazing comedian, entertainer, Roseanne Barr. I followed her career since Johnny Carson. I remember her debut of Johnny Carson. She's amazing. And what she said to me there when I met her, we were both there at Mar-a-Lago to meet, of course, number 45 himself. But she's a fan of the show. She tells us she watches us every day. She may be watching now. And I love you, Roseanne. God bless you. Let's get together. I want to have you on the show. And she shared with me how I give her courage to stand up for Trump and for MAGA in Hollywood, the most vicious place on the planet for that. And the reason why I want to share with you this video is because, gang, you were with me there. I give Roseanne courage precisely because you encourage me. We were there together in that room. And I want to share that with you to show you the kind of impact that you are having on this nation in ways you never even dreamed. You have turned my despair into determination. And I can honestly say, I could say with all my being that that determination is absolutely on freaking fire right now. It's on fire because I realize that these tyrants, these petty, big tech tyrants, aren't just trying to cancel me. They're trying to cancel all of us, literally. This is about canceling us, our relationship with one another. This is about canceling what we built together, the way we're touching lives together. It's about canceling us. And we are not going to let them do it. You see, as it turns out, we knew this day would come, and we've been preparing for it. As it turns out, we've got a special surprise for these big tech tyrants. Remember those 30 staff members I told you about? Well, they've been very, very busy working on a project that for the most part was hidden from even moi. I didn't have a lot of knowledge about what was going on here. Maybe I should have. I wouldn't have despaired so much. And I knew about it in the abstract. I knew about it in the idea, but the weeds of it all, no clue. My team, gang, is wonderful. They are wonderful. They generally don't share things with me. And what that does is that frees me up to spend time with you, doing research, to do videos, live streams, talks, travel, whatever. But just to spend time with you. They don't keep me in meetings or anything like that. So sometimes they even surprise me just as much as we together may surprise you. And boy, did they deliver. What these petty tech tyrants didn't know is that over the last year and a half, behind the scenes, we have been diligently preparing for something precisely like this. Those 30 plus staff members have been busy like Santa's elves. They've been busy building something many of you suggested we build. An ark designed to weather precisely this kind of storm. What the woke warriors over at Google didn't realize while they were canceling us is that we were at the very same time building our own platform to declare our independence from all woke platforms that hate us, and to declare the restoration of a world dedicated to faith, family, and freedom that will bury wokeness once and for all. This is how we all together can tell the international woke police precisely where they can stick it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce you to what we are calling our ARC, the new Turley Talks app, our very own platform that can never, ever be canceled. It's a beautiful personal app that you can download totally and completely free. It's our very own cancel-proof social media platform where you can have direct access to me. You can have fellowship with tens of thousands of like-minded patriots and be on the front lines of building a new, flourishing, parallel economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom. Downloading it is free, and it's so easy, even I learned how to do it. Just click on the link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com. That's fight.turleytalks.com to make either a free account, or if you scroll down further on the page, you can see there are some monthly support levels if you're so led. Then just fill out all the login information. Make sure there are no spaces for your username. That's the mistake I made. I had to take out the space between Steve and Turley. It's Steve Turley is all one word. They rejected me the first time. No space in your username, and boom, that's it. Check your inbox for a special welcome email where you can read and sign our Declaration of Restoration. That's the petition to big tech that you could sign that informs these tech tyrants that a new day has dawned. They're no longer in control, and we're taking our nation back. I'll show that Declaration of Restoration to you in a mere moment. So click on that link below right now. Try it out, gang. Try it out and let us know in the chat if you've been able to successfully download it. We'd love to see how you like it. Let us know if you have any issues. I should tell you maybe ahead of time. Maybe it's too early. I don't know. But if you do have issues, you can go to support@turleytalks.com. Support@turleytalks.com. But let us know. Try it out, gang. Go to fight.turleytalks.com. Fight.turleytalks.com. Enter in your information and download the app. It's free. Enjoy it. Now you can watch all of our videos totally free from big tech overlords. We're free. We're absolutely for freedom, right? And if you sign up, you'll see there are some levels of support. Again, if you're so led, if you sign up in one of those levels of support, any level, you're going to have immediate membership in our Insiders Club. We rolled this out for our insiders last night. They got the sneak peek here. That's the advantage of being an Insiders member. So if you want to do that, and if you are an Insiders member, then you have direct access to me. You have fellowship with tens of thousands of like-minded patriots all over the world. And you're now on the front lines of building a new, flourishing, parallel economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom. That's the ARC, gang. Direct access to me, fellowship with tens of thousands of like-minded patriots, and being on the front lines of building a flourishing, parallel economy. We got some giveaways here. I told you they're like Santa's elves, right? They're busy. Well, I got to be like Santa. I got to give stuff away now. So the app is free. Go ahead, download it, enjoy it, and let us know in the chat whether you were able to successfully download it and tell us what you think. We do have some giveaways for you guys. We're so appreciative of you coming to our rescue here and downloading this app. We've got a free giveaway. We're calling it Office Hours with Dr. Steve. One of you will be selected at random. We got a little digitalized randomizer that spins. You're going to love it. One of you be selected to have a virtual call one-on-one with me, your Patriot Professor. But you got to stick around for when your name is called. I'm taking attendance, right? You got to stick around for when your name is called to claim your prize, as it were. So download that app right now. Again, it's a completely free download. And don't even, you don't need a smartphone. It works on your computer. It works on your iPad. It works both on Android and on iPhones. Whatever device you got, just download it by clicking on the link or by going to fight.turleytalks.com. Again, that is fight.turleytalks.com. And you make a free account by just filling out your login info. And boom, you got immediate access to the app. And we're going to draw from the names of all of those of you who are downloading the app to have a one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. I want to meet every single freaking one of you. You have been a lifeline to me over these last 3 weeks, and you didn't even know it. So make sure to click on that link below. Stick it to big tech, and if you stick around, 2 different sticks. If you stick around, you can claim your prize, and then you and I are going to have a nice chat together. We're going to have office hours together, and we'll be doing that drawing in due course throughout this live stream. I want you, gang, to think of this independent app platform as a very real digital nation. It's an arc that was designed as a cancel-proof hub for us to gather together in the midst of any storm, and boy, are they coming in 2024. And it's our way of declaring to all the big tech tyrants out there, we are free men. And free men will not be ruled. And we will most certainly not be canceled. Now, I want to highlight for you a very special feature in our support levels. I'm going to play Mr. Duncan here from Home Alone 2. You remember Kevin and Mr. Duncan's toy chest, right? When he shared with Kevin the symbolism of 2 turtle doves, right? I want to share with you the symbolism of this. You may have noticed this set beside me here. This is a brand new, beautiful Freedom Bell that we just had forged especially for this moment. Again, my team totally surprised me with this. Thank you, John. It's so absolutely beautiful. We have several gifts of gratitude that we want to extend to you as a thank you in the various levels of support to help us continue this channel. First and foremost, guys, seriously, we covet your prayers in all this. Please keep Turley Talks, all of us, all 30 of us, in your prayers as we're getting attacked like this. We need to be shielded by the power of your prayers. And in addition, if you are so led, you'll see that there are various levels of support to help us in light of this new round of demonetization that we're facing. And if you choose to support us at the sapphire or the diamond level, so that's the 2 top levels there. In addition to joining our multiple in-person gatherings, you're seeing that theme right there, right? We're getting together, right? You're going to be in my inner circle. I want to meet you. In addition to joining our multiple in-person gatherings throughout the year and our fellowship dinners that we're going to have together, I am going to send you your very own customized antique Liberty Bell. Just for you. This is absolutely beautiful. Again, I was completely surprised by this as well. And I want to send it to you as a tangible reminder of what the bell ultimately signifies. There's a very profound reason. A lot of people don't even know this. There's a very profound reason why we have something called the Liberty Bell in American history. And it's because the bell has an extremely sacred biblical tradition behind it. It goes back to the book of Exodus, okay, when Moses is giving the 10 commandments. And then in that process, he's given instructions on the vestments that the Israelite high priest was required to wear. And what's so profound here is that the Israelite high priest was instructed by God to wear bells on his high priestly vestments whenever he entered where? Who knows? He was supposed to wear bells whenever he entered where? The Holy of Holies. That's right. The Holy of Holies in the tabernacle, and then subsequently the temple. which if you know your Bibles, you know that for the Jews, the Holy of Holies was the single most sacred space in the whole world. It was literally the Garden of Eden restored. And only the high priest was allowed inside the Holy of Holies once a year on the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, when he interceded before God on behalf of the sins of the people. Now, remember, biblically, sin is the real slavery, right? So Pharaoh and slavery were simply images of Satan and sin. Yeah, I know. Jordan Peterson 101. I know. He's got it. He certainly knows his Exodus theology. So Pharaoh and slavery were simply images of Satan and sin. And so every year, the Jewish high priest would go into the Holy of Holies to sprinkle sacrificial animal blood before the Ark of the Covenant to atone for the sins of the people. And that atonement symbolized their freedom. A literal at one ment with God, atonement, at one ment with God, a rescue from the worldly satanic tyrants and a reunification with God, the true King and Lord of the universe. But again, this place in the temple, this Holy of Holies, is so holy that if the priest did anything wrong, he could be struck dead. He could literally be struck dead, right? Ministering around the Ark of the Covenant, Uzzah, those of you who know the Uzzah narrative. And so, given that no one else could go into the Holy of Holies, and there was a veil that hid what the priest was doing from the people, they actually had to tie a rope around the high priest, because if he got struck dead, people couldn't come in to rescue him, so they had to pull him out. So how did they know if something went wrong if they can't see him? The bells. The bells. As long as the bells were ringing from his physical ritualized gestures, the priest was still living, and their sins were being effectively atoned for, and they were finding freedom. And so, of course, with the coming of Christ as the great high priest who takes away the sins of the world, the ringing of the bell is now a glorious symbol of our freedom from the tyranny of sin, death, and the devil over the whole cosmos. And so it's no coincidence that we today have what's called the Liberty Bell, which is, by the way, just 35 minutes away from me where I'm sitting in Philadelphia. And it's no coincidence that that Liberty Bell has a scripture verse on it. Does anyone know it? What the scripture verse is? It's Leviticus 25:10. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It's a verse that refers to the year of Jubilee, when slaves were to be set free in accordance with biblical law. And so the bell is the sound of life and liberty. It's the sound of freedom. It's the sound of independence. So tonight, for the very first time ever, we are ringing this bell as a declaration of our independence from big tech tyranny and the restoration of a world of faith, family, and freedom. So not only are you going to get your very own personal bell, but I'm ringing tonight on behalf of every single one of you. I'm ringing on behalf of every, just click on the link below, join one of our top levels of support for $100 or more monthly. I'm going to ring this bell and say your name in honor of you rising up as a defender of freedom. You are officially our Bravehearts defying tech tyranny. And I'm going to give you a huge, huge shout out. Wow, we got, you know what? I'm getting tons of names of you guys who have downloaded the app already. Wow, dudes, you guys are amazing. I want to give a shout out to you guys who just already downloaded the app. Let me give you, all right. So let's see if I can read some of these. We've got Live Jack 03. We've got Bergski. We've got Season 85, Matt Tracker, TK, Dennis, Galeron, C. Barton Jr., True Lightning Striker, Jamball 77, Abel Gary, Suncat, Jane Trainer, BJD 1955, JK Ree, Gert Turley 7, New Billy Man, Judean 80, Sea Bear, Pamela, E. Johnson 54, Turner of Fanon, David Wallen 5, Ronald Ferris Jr., MTM 21, Brady, Doc Torno 2106, Cool Freddy 1987, Ram Dragon 22, Cat Murphy 5206, Texas Granny 2024, SB Graham 99, God SRPH, God Seraphim, maybe 1945, Galen Skeleton, JB Dalen, J Tony 8734, Joe Funk 3121, JM Progress 55, Jonathan Morales 27, Rogera, Vicky Tollison. These are all those. These are, you guys are amazing. Everyone who's downloading our app right now, make sure you share with us in the chat. It's gonna be great that you downloaded. Vicky Tollison, Freedom Dude 94, Liam D Nan, Omega Mad, Dill Lawrence 54. You guys, your usernames are so hard. UK Know It 1, Cyril Dally, Randy Becker. Oh, that's how you do it, Randy. Randy put a dash in between it. See, stupid me. Awesome. Torpman 99, Carnera Kelly, Live Free or Die, Freedom Faith. Just your usernames say so much about you, and this is why I love you. Sandra Rocco 2273, PDDRT 965, Anthony J, Alzirad 332474, Robert Follow Will, Johnny Money, Deborah Hubbard, Joe Queenie, My Dalmatian 5, Marlene, Bradley Bond, US 21 Pilots, Jerry Wayne 56, Asir 363, Fumbles, David Rankin, Miss Linda, God Saves Us, Tony N.J. Bettinger, Creative Soul, Punky Kid, New Day Rising, Hidden Harbor, Amy J, RMZIA, YA, I should say that's Zia, right? RMZA 1, Russell, D. Catkins, Liz Hunting, F488, Pista Monster, Maga Mama, The Metal Man. Oh my, more that keep coming in. All right, Alka Chamber. Let's see. Oh, Al Chamberlain, 741776, Crappy 13, Jeff Swayze, Keith, Dr. Bob. Hannah's like, come back and read the others later. A couple of more here. Jeff Swayze, Keith, Dr. Bob, Sheriff Freedom, Patriot Guy 77, RBG, and IT Herber 44. And we have, they're coming in. So, gang, thank you. Thank you so much. This is amazing. We are so honored to have you downloading this app. And if you would, gang, just if you haven't already, go to fight.turleytalks.com, fight.turleytalks.com. It would be also an honor if you would to share fight.turleytalks.com with all of the patriots in your life. The more people who have this app, the stronger we are. So make sure to share that link with all the patriots in your life. It'll mean so much. Also, remember, we got a special giveaway for all of you who download the app. We're calling it Office Hours with Dr. Steve. One of you will be selected at random to have a one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. We're going to have office hours together, but you got to stick around for when your name is called, when I take attendance, right, to claim your prize. So download that app right now. Again, it's completely free download. Download that app by clicking on the link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com. That is fight.turleytalks.com. All you got to do is make a free account by filling out your login information, and boom, that's it. You got immediate access to the app, all of my videos, everything. You don't even need a smartphone. You can access it from your computer, your iPad, and one of you will be selected to have a one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. So make sure to stick around to see if your name is called. We will be drawing momentarily. Also, for those of you, click on the link below and join one of our top levels of monthly support for $100 or more. I'm going to announce your name and ring this bell in honor of you rising up, defending us in the midst of this attack by big tech tyranny. We're calling you our Bravehearts, as you defend freedom in defiance of that tech tyranny. But first, if you are just joining us here, gang, YouTube has unfortunately demonetized our channel for a second time in a row. We complied with everything they required of us in the first demonetization. And unfortunately, when we reapplied, they moved the goalposts and they came up with an entirely new infraction to keep us completely demonetized for the foreseeable future. According to Google and YouTube now, our channel features, quote, harmful content. Harmful content. Harmful. I still can't even say it. Makes me so mad. Our channel features harmful content. Our videos are now deemed harmful to YouTube's audience. Now, in fairness, again, I want to be fair. It could be an overzealous AI. I have read about that. It could be pressure from the deep state, like we saw via the Twitter files. It's interesting. This is happening right now, just at the exact time election season is starting to heat up. Whatever the actual reason, whatever's going on behind the scenes, make no mistake, this is cancel culture in its most pernicious expression. Because in the end, they're not just trying to cancel me. They're trying to cancel us, literally. This is about canceling our relationship with one another, canceling what we've built together. They deliberately want to separate us. We often talk about this image of putting us, consigning us in these digital solitary confinements. So we end up despairing and becoming despondent. But what the international woke police did not count on when they were canceling us is that we have been preparing for this moment for the last several months. And we have just unveiled tonight what we are calling our ARC, our brand new Turley Talks app, our very own platform that can never, ever, ever be canceled. It's a beautiful personal app that you can download completely free, as well as join one of our levels of support. So just click on that link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com. You see it right down there. Let me go to, fight.turleytalks.com to make an account and download your app. And after you make an account, check your inbox for a very special welcome where you can read and sign our special Declaration of Restoration. That's the petition to big tech that you can sign. You can put your name on it along with mine, right? Just like our founding fathers did, that informs these big tech tyrants that a new day is dawned. They are no longer in control, and we are taking our nation back. That is precisely why we built this app. We built it in defiance of big tech tyranny that hates us and hates the values of faith, family, and freedom that we hold so dear. This app is our answer to that. It's our very own cancel-proof social media platform where you can have direct access to me. You can have fellowship with tens of thousands of like-minded patriots and be on the front lines of building a new, flourishing, parallel economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom. And this is what's so key with our new platform here. As I shared with you earlier, you've been more important to me than you could possibly ever know. Again, you encourage me so that I can go out every day and encourage others. And that's why I want to make sure that you have direct access to me. I don't see you as an audience. You're not an audience. I don't see you as spectators. Go, hey. Being a patron, I say it all the time, being a patron is emphatically not a spectator sport. This is a battle. This is a very real battle. People get canceled. We're all in this fight for faith, family, and freedom together. I'm fighting with you. You are a brother and sister in arms, as it were. It's not like this is a show and you're the audience out there. No, we're a community. We're a movement of courageous patriots who encourage, who literally encourage each other. Again, that's why I'm going to play for you in a moment I love this video. You're going to see me smiling all the way through it. I'm going to play for you this video of when I met Roseanne Barr at Mar-a-Lago, because that's exactly what she said we do for her. We give her courage to speak on behalf of patriots all over the nation in the middle of freaking Hollywood. And I want to show you the kind of impact you're having on this nation that you never even imagined. And so what we're doing through this app is basically we're tearing down whatever's left of a wall of separation between you, the supposed audience, and our staff members. For example, you are now going to have access to me in a manner comparable to the way our 30 plus staff members have access to me. And that's because we're in this together. We are fighting for faith, family, and freedom together. We are one. We are united in our defiance of tyranny. And if the last 3 weeks has taught me anything, it is that. I need you more than ever. So, for example, when you sign up at even the most basic level support, our bronze level, you automatically become a member of our Insiders Club. Whatever level you sign up, you become a member of the Insiders Club. I was just with them last night. They told you they all already downloaded the app. They got a sneak peek of what we've been doing. That's the advantage of being an insider, right? You're an insider. You're on the backstage. This is what we do with our insiders. Every single Monday night, we share a live online Q&A where I answer all your questions, and we get to fellowship with like-minded patriots. I mean, it's basically our own private backstage virtual platform, right? So that's what you get automatically if you sign up on any support tier. What you also get are our weekly boycott and boycott updates, so you can be on the front lines of voting with your dollars and help build the parallel economy. But the key is you have direct access to me each week, which is going to be crucial as we head into November. We get so many encouraging notes from our Insiders Club members that, Monday night is literally like their favorite night of the week. It's amazing. You're going to love it. And that night, last night, was particularly incredible. Absolutely incredible. I poured my heart out to them too, because they've been unbelievable. They're at this other level of proximity here to me, and they've just been so amazing. And they didn't even know it over the last few weeks. But that's just where it begins. If you sign up at our platinum level support, you're going to have special monthly online meetups with me. So we're thinking of calling it Scotch with Steve. Well, what do you guys think? Scotch with Steve? You don't have to drink. It's an evening together once a month. It's more exclusive, right? It's probably less than 50 people. And that's where it's literally just us. No moderator. I mean, we could see each other online in a Zoom call and have the most enriching conversations imaginable together. And you can give me your ideas for videos, video topics, people you want me to interview. Like I said, we're a team now. But the real exciting thing this year, as I alluded to earlier, is we're going to have a number of in-person meetups all across the country. We are coming to a location near you. Now, this was something we started to do when I was speaking on the American Freedom Tour circuit a couple of years back with President Trump and Donald Trump Jr. and Dinesh and the like. And our in-person meetups with you guys are just simply amazing. I get so giddy even thinking about it. I mean, we have dinner together. We often afterward, we gather around a fire at night in the back porch of a hotel. There's a whole bunch of us, and we just have some of the deepest, some of the most real, insightful, enriching conversations imaginable. It's actually the old school way of teaching, right? It's very, very ancient, sitting around a fire, sharing the sacred epic stories that shape our lives and our imaginations and change us. In fact, one of my favorite quotes from C.S. Lewis is, he says, "Is there any pleasure on earth as great as a circle of Christian friends by a good fire?" I love it. Absolutely. J.R.R. Tolkien, his friend, right? I think of Gandalf smoking his pipe. And one of the most frequent comments I've gotten whenever we do this, and by the way, the latest one that we just did was in Vegas. I am 55 years old. My colleague Ralph and Jim, they're going to laugh. They know I am 55 years old. That was the first time I've ever been in Vegas. Show you what a nerd I am. hiding in libraries and lecture halls, right? 55. This is my first time in Vegas, and we were with the great Robert Barnes. I know many of you know Robert's channel with Viva Fry, but Robert had actually just come from a dinner with RFK Jr. RFK was in Vegas. And then he met up with us for scotch and cigars in a lounge afterward. And we had about, I don't know, I'd say like a dozen and a half people surrounding us, gathering around us. And the hours of conversation that ensued, I mean, we were told by the people there, it was breathtaking. It was wonderful. I was on cloud nine myself. Everyone in attendance said it was one of the most amazing nights they could remember. There's just nothing like gathering together in person and talking deeply about the most important things imaginable. That is what you're going to be participating in this year when you sign up with one of our VIP top levels of support, either our platinum, sapphire, or diamond levels of support. Just click on the link below, go to fight.turleytalks.com, sign up for either platinum, sapphire, or diamond level support. And you're going to be part of this inner circle with me. And you talk to anyone who's been part of our in-person gatherings. They're life-changing. And they're life-changing because of the community, because of the magic that awakens when like-minded, courageous patriots gather together and encourage one another in the deepest and most enriching conversations imaginable. This is going to be an amazing year. I mean, obviously, with the election coming up. And I can't wait to meet you all in person. And speaking of, I'm getting word, it's time for us to ring our bell for the very first time and hear the sound of freedom and liberty and independence. Remember, everyone who clicks on that link below and joins one of our top tiers of monthly support for $100 or more, I'm announcing your name and ringing this bell in honor of you rising up as a defender of freedom. I'm being informed we have our first set of top two. Here they are. Here we go. Ring time. Mark S. He has joined our platinum level. Thank you, Mark. God bless you. Awesome. Who do we have next? James L. You have joined our sapphire. James, thank you, man. God bless you, man. It's going to be great meeting you. Keep them coming. Heather P. Diamond level. Wow. Thank you, Heather. Great to meet you online and soon in person. Eric A. Diamond. Let me give you a better ring there. Diamond level. Thank you, Eric. That's so kind of you. Oh, man. We've got one more. Ellen D. Diamond level. Ellen, God bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for standing up and being our brave hearts here and defending a world of faith, family, and freedom. Remember, we got our first free giveaways coming up in mere moments. For all of you who've been downloading that app, and let us know you download it in the chat. We want to see everyone here with a successful download, and make sure you show it to your friends and so forth. Just send fight.turleytalks.com to your friends. Say, hey, download this. This is going to be awesome. We're sticking it to tech tyranny. But for all of you who have downloaded it, we got a special giveaway for all of you. It's called Office Hours with Dr. Steve. One of you will be selected by a random spinning wheel. You're going to like that. And you're going to get a one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. We're going to have office hours together, but you got to stick around for when I take attendance to claim your prize. So download that app right now. Again, it's a completely free download. Download that app by clicking on the link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com. That is fight.turleytalks.com. All you do is just make a free account by filling out all your login information, and boom, you have immediate access. Again, in your username, don't put a space. That's the mistake I make, so it didn't work for me the first time. Everyone laughed at me and said, no, of course you don't put a space in your username. Well, now I know. Put in all that information, and we're going to draw from the names of those of you who have downloaded the free app to have a one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. So make sure to stick around to see if your name is called. We'll do our first drawing in about, let's say in about 10 minutes, okay? So, and also we would be most grateful if you would share the link to download the app, fight.turleytalks.com, fight.turleytalks.com. Share that link with all the patriots in your life. The more people who have this app, the stronger we are. So make sure to share that link with all the patriots in your life, your email lists and your social media, and so on. All right, you know what? let's get into questions. I think I'm getting some notes and I'm getting some questions here. Again, because we've been demonetized, our super chats have been disabled, right? So all of you, just what you can join any level you want. You can do the most basic level if you like. You're automatically entered into an insiders club, and that's how you can ask me your questions through our own exclusive backstage virtual platform. So I'm sure you have a number of questions about the app, yes, and Big Tech's latest attempt at canceling us. Maybe let's see. Why was see? Oh, okay. So I'm getting well, which do you want? I'm getting two questions. Do you want to talk about pillaging the Egyptians or what? We are going to do the questions. Thank you. All right, let's see. Daydream TV. I know it's not in your nature to do so, but is suing an option? Yeah. I got asked that last night. We have not talked about that. We have not even considered it at this point. Um, uh, I will talk to YouTube experts about it. There is a YouTube lawyer that I know that I've consulted in the past. We can talk to him and see, but no. Right now, we're fighting in other ways, and we're fighting by building a parallel economy. And that app is that is our number one contribution to the building of a parallel economy. So very good. Whoa, we just got news. We just surpassed 1,000 downloads. I love you. You are awesome. 1,000 downloads. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Dang, gang. This is wow. Thank you. Paul Joseph. I went to the web address on my phone and laptop yesterday, but I couldn't find an app, just your website. Is that right? It should not just be, if you go to fight.turleytalks.com, there should be information there to fill out, and then that's going to bring you to an app. I mean, it can be used as a website, right? Because you could use it on your, it's both. Oh, okay. I'm getting a note. It's both. And I've got support here. So you guys know I'm obviously not tech savvy, but it is both a website and an app. So it can function as a website on your computer and an app on your phone. And we're also working on a TV app as well. JS, can I just download the app from the App Store? I believe you can. Is it already up on the App Store? Is it at Turley Talks? You just look up for Turley Talks? Yes, it is. I'm getting note that it is. So you can go to any app store, as I understand it. Maybe I'll get a list here and just put in Turley Talks and you can download it from the App Store. Someone said, make sure you put in Turley, not Turkey. I guess it was spelled correct. Some people are doing that. It's not Turkey. It is Turley. I'm not a nation nor a bird. Ginger A, I thought Google was laying off employees by the thousands. They are. That is clear. I think there's even another round coming. They're all downsizing at this point. I don't know. I guess they're losing ad revenue. I'm not sure. That's one of the arguments at the first adpocalypse. The dirty little secret, the first time they were suspending a lot of accounts for ads is because they just didn't have enough ads to share with everybody. So it wasn't like they were doing anything wrong. It was just they didn't have the ads. So rather than admit they didn't have the money coming in, they made it sound like it was our problem. So it could be something like that. Again, I want to give Google, it's a fair shake. I don't know what's behind this. So it could be nefarious, but it could be, an overzealous AI. It could be exactly what you're saying. They're scaling back on their ads. I don't know. Samuel, I don't understand how Google could put advertisements out and make money on a show you produce and pay for, and it's not the theft of service. How are they not sued for that? Good question. But this happened. Oh gosh, we got that announcement a few years back where they said that even if you don't monetize your channel, there's some channels that refuse to monetize, like Styx Hexenhammer. If you guys follow Styx, he's always refused to monetize his channel just out of principle. And as I understand it, he's complained that they still slap commercials on his channel. So yeah, they announced that about three 3 years ago or so, 2 years ago, that they were going to monetize even channels that were, as it were, demonetized. So I don't know. I don't know how they get away with it. This is Google. It's a two-tier justice system, basically. Kane. So does this have like every Dr. Steve vid? It does. It should have every Dr. Steve vid. If it doesn't, it will. Keep in mind, this is still in beta test. That's we weren't planning on rolling this out for later. Oh, okay. I'm getting a note. We weren't going to be rolling this out for another few months because to bring it through all these tasks. So it's still in a beta test. So we'll appreciate any kind of feedback there. There are some videos, courses, and so forth that are available only to people who are signing up at the tiers, the level of tiers. But generally speaking, you have pretty much access to anything you would have access on YouTube with. Josh, well, thanks, YouTube. Asked to be notified. Don't get any notifications about the Good Doctor live stream. SMH. Yeah. Again, what's basically happening here and why we're really excited about this app, we were told by YouTube expert, it starts with demonetization and then they start suppression. That tends to be the second step. Steve Crowder has faced this, right? Steve Crowder's got like 5 million subs, but how many views does he get? I mean, it's not a diss on him. I mean, I think he's being suppressed. So he doesn't get that many views on YouTube. I think he gets far more on Rumble. So where he's not being suppressed. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were getting notices were deliberately not being sent to you. I wouldn't be surprised at that. Again, if you're just joining us, go to fight.turleytalks.com and download our brand new app. You're going to absolutely love it. It's absolutely free. I dare to say that, and this is BH17, I dare to say that between the Turley Talks app and Rumble, YouTube doesn't stand a freaking chance. Yes. Well, that's what we're thinking. And we wanted something decentralized. We wanted something completely ours. At our Insiders Club last night, they were asking, why don't you just go on Rumble? What's the problem? Look at what they're trying to do to Twitter. Look at what they're trying to do to freaking Elon Musk. They're trying to shut Elon Musk down, right? You don't think they're going to try to do that to Rumble? So we're on Rumble. We love Rumble. We support Rumble. Absolutely. I've done Rumble exclusives, but we want our own cancel-free platform. And that's what this app ultimately is. And I think that's what we're going to see in the futures. More and more content creators, independent content creators, are going to start creating their own independent platforms. That's just the natural, I think, evolution of it, as it were. So thanks, BH17. That's right. They don't have a chance. LaDaniel, so the payments through YouTube Join are canceled. Ooh, YouTube Join are canceled. Those are super chats. Yes, super chats are they have been completely disabled. We do not get a dime from YouTube. YouTube has completely cut us off from all monetization. We budgeted in the past of $1.4 million of ad revenue. By our estimation, YouTube makes around just over 3 million ad revenue just on our channel alone. They have literally cut us off from $1.4 million of ad revenue, even though, again, as I've been told, they continue to run ads on our channel. And that was a huge blow to us because we have 30. I don't create apps, right? We've got 30 plus people on staff here to take care of and to pay and who have families and all that. And they're very punitive and they just cut us off from all that. The good news is that if enough of you sign up at the levels of support, that's going to more than make up for the money we've lost on YouTube. So that's what makes you guys so wonderful. LaDaniels, will you still have videos on YouTube? Yes. We like to call it plundering the Egyptians, right? Again, it's another Exodus principle. But the idea here is that even though we are finding our freedom somewhere else, we can still benefit. We can still exploit YouTube for our own benefit, just the way the Hebrews exploited the gold and the riches of the Egyptians when they brought that with them in their exodus. So no, we're going to stay on YouTube. Nothing will change there. Everything will continue on YouTube. It's just that now we're no longer dependent in any way, shape, or form on YouTube, and most especially financially. And that's, of course, if you guys are signing up for the tiers of support. All right, guys. What can I say? Let's do our first free giveaway here. You ready? Can we? I want to give. All right. Remember, we're drawing names from those of you who downloaded our free app. And if I call your name, you are going to have a private. There it is. That's the wheel. You're going to have a private one-on-one virtual call with moi, your Patria professeur. We're calling it Office Hours with Dr. Steve. And my first student who has office hours with me is Russell. Russell, just contact us at freedom@turleytalks.com. That's freedom@turleytalks.com to claim your prize. I cannot wait to meet you online, Russell. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right, we'll have another drawing for Office Hours with Dr. Steve in mere moments. And don't forget, we got the Roseanne Barr clip coming up as well. That's going to be so encouraging to you, to show you the impact you are making in ways you never even imagined. First, gang, if you are just joining us here, YouTube has officially demonetized our channel for a second time in a row. We complied with everything they required of us in the first demonetization. And unfortunately, when we reapplied, they moved the goalposts and came up with an entirely new infraction. Our channel is now being punished for featuring, quote, harmful content. Our videos are now considered harmful content by Google and YouTube. And so we have been completely demonetized for the foreseeable future. It's costing us over $1 million. We got 30 staff members here at Turley Talks behind the scenes. So this is yet another huge blow for us financially. And it is putting the future of this channel and our relationship, our online virtual relationship, at risk. But, and here's the big but, not B-U-T-T, but B-U-T. What the big tech overlords did not know when they were trying to cancel us here is that we've been prepping for just this very moment. Over the last several months, we've been busy bees. They didn't even tell me what they were doing half the time. So I'm kind of just as surprised as you are, although I was surprised last week. But we have unveiled tonight the fruits of that prepping in the form of what we are calling our ARC, our brand new Turley Talks app, our very own platform that can never, ever, ever be canceled. It's a beautiful personal app that you can download completely free, as well as join one of our levels of support. Just click on the link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com. You see it there at the bottom, fight.turleytalks.com to make an account and download the app. We built the app in defiance of big tech tyranny that hates us and hates the values of faith, family, and freedom that we hold dear. This app is our answer to that. It's our very own cancel-proof social media platform where you can have direct access to me. You can have fellowship with tens of thousands of like-minded patriots and be on the front lines of building a new, flourishing parallel economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom. Now, when you click on the link below to download the app, and remember, gang, let us know in the chat that you download. We're over at 1,000 downloads now. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Again, keep it going. Everyone, make sure you download it and send it to friends and family to have them download it as well. But we want to give a huge shout out to all of you who are downloading it here. But when you click on that link below to download the app, whether you choose the free version or if you sign up with one of the monthly support levels to stick it to big tech, you're going to get in your email an invitation to sign what we're calling our Declaration of Restoration. It's a declaration that informs these big tech overlords that they are no longer in control and we are taking our nation back, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing they can do to stop us. And I want to read this Declaration of restoration for you, because in effect, it is our declaration. It is our declaration of independence, independence from big tech tyranny, independence from international woke police, independence from censorship, independence from those who hate us and hate our values of faith, family, and freedom. This is what you would be signing. In the course of human events, when it becomes necessary for a people to reaffirm and restore the principles of liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness, it is the people's duty to facilitate and declare the restoration of these truths that our founding fathers established. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We do recognize that the government should derive its powers from the consent of the governed, and that its true purpose is to secure these rights. We, the people, refers to all loyal Americans, and this is a full declaration for said people. So we, the people of this great nation, reflecting on the wisdom of our forefathers and the current state of America, declare our commitment to the following foundational principles of restoration. Firstly, the sacred right to freedom, personal sovereignty, and the pursuit of individual happiness is for all. These rights extend to all people, regardless of race, gender, religion, or background. Secondly, the purpose of the government is to serve the people and protect their rights. It is essential that this government remain limited, transparent, and completely accountable to the governed, and must not infringe on the liberties it was created to preserve. Thirdly, the rule of law applied justly and equally to all citizens, regardless of position or privilege. No one is above the law. Fourthly, a free and open society that protects the expression and exchange of ideas and information. We must recognize the importance of a free press and the right to assemble peacefully. Fifthly, the absolute necessity for economic freedom. Individuals will have the opportunity to create and pursue prosperity. This is achieved through innovation, hard work, and free enterprise with no interference from the government. Sixthly, the essential requirement to protect and defend our nation's sovereignty and the safety of the American citizens. This happens while still respecting the sovereignty of other nations. Seventhly, for all citizens to actively participate in the democratic process. They shall vote, serve their communities, and hold their elected representatives accountable for their actions. The erosions of the Christian faith on which our forefathers founded America continues to decay the hearts of the people, sowing division and mistrust. The sanctity of the family, the cornerstone of our society, crumbles and breeds discord. Our cherished freedoms, once a beacon of hope and light to all Americans, is threatened by an overreaching government. Yet, even amidst these trials, we, the faithful patriots of America, reaffirm our right to be free in a nation known for its enduring commitment to liberty and justice. It is through adversity that America has found her strength, and we, the people, will continue to fight and defend the foundational truths that make this country great. We must live up to the ideals our nation was founded on and must protect and preserve our freedoms to remain the strongest nation in the world. The foundational principles of our country must be protected and remain firm against those who seek to destroy America's lasting principles through the thievery of the aforementioned unalienable freedoms. So we, the people, pledge to rekindle the flames of faith. We will strengthen the bonds of family, recognize our fellow man as made in the image of God, and we will stand vigilant in safeguarding our freedoms, ensuring the principles above endure for generations to come. These ideals will thrive as we collectively forge a path forward from this moment on to secure faith, family, and freedom. We do so with a deep sense of duty, a commitment to unity, and an unwavering belief that the principles of liberty and justice shall endure for generations to come. In witness whereof, we set our signatures and dedicate ourselves to this declaration of restoration on this day to ensure that our great nation continues to be a beacon of freedom, justice, and opportunity for all. That is the Declaration of Restoration, and it's yours to sign, just like the founding fathers, as it were. And after you make an account, check your inbox for special welcome where you can access and sign this very special and beautiful Declaration of Restoration and stand with us here in defense of eternal values that we hold dear. You'll notice the declaration we're making here is not merely a statement in the negative. It's not merely a statement of our freedom from something, but even more that it's a statement of our freedom for something, right? Who remembers the movie Prince of Egypt? It's a wonderful, wonderful animated film, right? About Moses and the Exodus. Notice that's a theme that keeps coming back tonight. The Exodus, right? Braveheart, Exodus. It's just, just these are the most astonishing, wonderful, human affirming narratives imaginable. But do you remember how the film, The Prince of Egypt, ended? Do any of you remember that? It's been a long time, right? But it ended with Moses on top of Mount Sinai coming down with the tablets of the 10 Commandments in his hands. And the director was asked why he ended the movie that way. And he gave a really, really fascinating answer. He said, because I wanted the audience to know that Israel wasn't simply rescued from something. They were rescued to something. Isn't that beautiful? They weren't just rescued from, they were rescued to. And so that's why we're calling this our Declaration of Restoration. It's not just a declaration of independence. It's a declaration about our intent to restore the nation we love. It's a declaration that we are not going to be idly sitting by as mere spectators doing nothing. No, we're going to actively and constructively build the world we are all longing for, a world filled with flourishing faith, family, and freedom. And in so doing, we together are going to secure a future that we can hand down to our children and our children's children with a sense of honor and pride, knowing that we stood up and fought for what's good and what's true and what's right. And just to show you the kind of impact that we are making together, take a look at who now belongs to our Turley Talks community. They were like, should you go and talk to him? Like, I don't know what to say.
Oh, I watch it all the time, every day. I love all your analysis. It's so completely amazing.
Thank you. So they're part of the team here. It's Ralph Cochran,
nice
the
to meet you.
president of the company.
Pleasure, nice to meet you.
Owen, she's in charge of like everything.
I love what you do. It's an honor for me too. I love it. And I know it's so good.
What I love when I do those reaction videos, I love you are able to articulate the most practical sense of reality. The way you could shovel, who was it, Colbert, I forget. You put them in their place, and
I'm kind of better. I'm getting better at it.
You're
I'm channeling my hate into nice.
No, but seriously, I taught rhetoric for like 20 years, and I'm like,
That's what my son took in college.
oh, did
rhetoric.
he? Yeah, well, it's got to be that comedic training because
Yeah.
you're
It
able
is.
to, you're able to speak so well, but it's so practical and it's so down to earth, and it just, you're reaching more people than you can ever imagine. Right? You are. Well,
I'm getting braver, and when you push up for me, I say out of it.
oh, you're amazing. Oh, you're amazing. Oh,
Yeah, that's
you're
great.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe that's so.
How nice to meet you.
We'd love to have you on the show. I'm the
I'd
show
love to
producer.
go on the
so
show too. I want him on my team.
Oh, honor.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Because I love my
I can't even watch that without just being grinning ear to ear as you see me fanboying in front of her. Like I said, I've been following the great Roseanne Barr since she debuted on the Carson show back in the 80s. And, she's one of the few stars who have two number one sitcoms. So we met at that was at Mar-a-Lago. We were both meeting number 45 himself. And as you can see, she's a fan of the channel. God bless her. And I just couldn't, I couldn't believe it, but she came up to me. She came up. That's why part of me was just like, I can't believe you're coming up to me. And she came and said, Dr. Steve, I love you. And I was like, what? I love you. Right? This is why, gang, got to make sure to share the link. You've got to share the link to download the app at fight.turleytalks.com. You got to share with as many people as you know, because you never know whose phone or computer it's going to end up on. It could be Roseanne Barr. So make sure to share that link, fight.turleytalks.com, with all the patriots in your life. Now, did you hear what she said? You give me courage. You give me courage. And I'm thinking, where did I get this courage to give to Roseanne Barr, who, by the way, I think she's fearless. Where do I get that courage? You know the answer. It's you. You are the ones that give me the courage to share with others, to encourage them. You were at Mar-a-Lago with me that night. You were there. All of you. And that's because you give me the encouragement that I use each and every day to awaken a comparable courage in others like that wonderful Roseanne Barr. That's what we do for each other. That's what this channel is all about. We encourage one another. We give each other courage and hope. Do you remember? I got it here. I got to share this with you. Again, it's one of my favorite scenes, one of my favorite movies, and one of my favorite scenes. Do you remember that scene at the end of The Two Towers? The second of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, when Frodo, who's traveling through this ancient and magical Middle Earth, right, to get rid of an evil ring, right, in the fires of Mount Mordor, or else Sauron, the evil spirit of Mordor, is going to take over all of Middle Earth. No pressure. Just the entire Middle Earth is on your shoulders, Frodo. Well, Frodo literally began to melt. He, as he's traveling the long way to destroy the ring, he's just facing constant life-threatening adversities. And finally, and with all of this wickedness and so forth, and finally he's just reached his limit. And he looks at his companion, Samwise Gamgee, and he just begins to weep in despair. I'm sorry, gang. I could so relate to this, And he just, we all can. We've all been there. When he looks at Sam and he literally says, I just can't do this, Sam. I can't do this. And with tears welling up in his own eyes, Sam says to him this: I know, Mr. Frodo, I know. It's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here. But we are. But it's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered, full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out all the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something. And Frodo looks at him. What are we holding on to, Sam? And Sam leans forward and he looks directly into his eyes. That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for. There's some good in this world. And it's worth fighting for. Big tech Mordor is actively trying to destroy our Shire. They're actively trying to destroy our community, our relationship with one another, our values of faith, family, and freedom that we promote and we defend. And we are not going to let them. We are going to fight for what is good in defiance of tech tyranny. And that's why, gang, while these big tech tyrants were busy trying to cancel us, we were at the very same time building our very own platform, an arc to declare our independence from all woke platforms that hate us and to declare the restoration of a world dedicated to faith, family, and freedom that will bury wokeness once and for all. And that is what this brand new app is all about. Just click on that link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com to make either a free account, or if you scroll down further on the page, you can sign up for one of the monthly support levels. If you're so led, then just fill out your login information. Make sure there are no spaces in your username, right? That's the mistake I made. I put Steve space Turley and it said, nope, you got to do it again. So it's Steve dash Turley or just Steve Turley, all one word, whatever it is, right? No spaces in your username. Fill out that all out and boom, gang, that's it. Check your inbox for a special welcome where you can read and sign our Declaration of Restoration. That's the petition to big tech that you could sign and you could put your name on it, and it informs these big tech tyrants that a new day has dawned. They are no longer in control. We are taking our nation back, and there is nothing they can do to stop us. Also, remember the key difference here with this app is you're now going to have direct access to me. This is huge because we believe we're a movement, right? We're a movement of courageous patriots, and even our most basic level support, which is our bronze level, you automatically become a member of our Insiders Club. And you have direct access to me every single Monday night in our live online Q&A where I answer all your questions and you get to fellowship with hundreds of like-minded patriots. Remember, our insiders got a sneak peek at this app last night. They were the first to download it and interact with it. It was debuted with them. These are the kinds of advantages you get when you sign up at even just the most basic level of support. But that's just where it begins. If you sign up at the platinum level of support, we're going to have special monthly online meetups where we're going to talk to each other directly. We're thinking of calling it Scotch with Steve. Let us know if you like that term. You don't have to drink scotch to do it, but the idea is it's an evening. It's a more exclusive gathering, probably less than 50 people. And that's where it's just literally us, no moderator. You can we chat and you can give me ideas on videos you'd like to see, video topics, people you'd like me to interview and the like. And then on top of all of that, we're going to have a number of in-person meetups all across the country. And if you sign up with one of our top tiered levels of support, you're going to be a part of my inner circles. We're going to have dinners together. We're going to have fellowship around a fire at night and have some of the deepest, most informative conversations imaginable. Speaking of, I am getting word that we got some more bell ringing to do. Remember, everyone who clicks on that link below and joins one of our top tiers of monthly support for $100 or more, I'm announcing your name and ringing this bell that we had specially made just for this occasion in honor of you rising up as a defender of freedom. So let's hear the sound of the bell. Josh, what do we got? Do we have some people ready to ring? Well, we do. We do. Here we go. Roy B. for the diamond level. Thank you, Roy. God bless you for being a freedom defender. God, Vicky L. diamond level. Thank you, Vicky. God bless you, Vic. Thank you. Victor C. diamond level. Thank you, sir, for standing up and helping us out here. It means so much. Ann, diamond level. Thank you, Ann N. Thank you so much, Ann, for all the blessings you are to our channel. Thank you. Claudia L. Diamond level. Thank you so much, Claudia. That means so, so much. Ooh, TRB, more diamond level. That's our top level. Thank you, TRB. Thank you so much, guys, for standing up and defending faith, family, and freedom with us. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's amazing. All right, let's do another free giveaway, shall we? Let's do another free giveaway. Again, remember, we're drawing names from those of you who have downloaded our free app. And if I call your name, you get a private one-on-one virtual call with yours truly, your Patriot Professor. We're calling it office hours with Dr. Steve. They're office hours, right? You're not being punished. This is not meeting the principal. This is meeting a prof, right? So my next student who has office hours with me is Elizabeth B. Elizabeth B. Just contact us at freedom@turleytalks.com. That's freedom@turleytalks.com to claim your prize. And I can't wait to meet you online. We'll have one more final drawing in mere moments from now, gang. I can't thank you enough for the way you are blessing. Make sure you keep letting us know in the chats that you're downloading this app. If you're just joining us, I made the announcement tonight that Google and YouTube, Google and YouTube. I'm getting punchy here. Google and YouTube have once again demonetized our channel. It's the second time in a row. We complied with everything they required of us for the first demonetization back in November. But even after going above and beyond everything they asked of us, they've demonetized us again for a completely different reason. They moved the goalposts. The reason now is because our channel has, quote, harmful content. Now, again, I think it is important to be fair to Google. I'm going to keep saying that here. There are some tech experts who believe that we're dealing here with a dangerously overzealous AI. So this is not necessarily a person that's behind this. Another possibility is that, like we learned from Twitter files, it could very possibly be state-sponsored censorship, deliberately trying to keep you from seeing conservative content in election year, right? It's kind of interesting that this is all happening right now when the election season is heating up. Whatever is actually going on behind the scenes, make no mistake, this is cancel culture in its most pernicious expression. Because in the end, they're not just trying to cancel me. They're trying to cancel us, literally. This is about canceling our community, our relationship with one another, canceling what we've built together, this community, this movement of courageous patriots. They want to separate us from one another and consign us, we like to say, like in a digital solitary confinement, and bring us to despair and despondency. So we become weak so that they can control us. But what these big tech tyrants did not know is that while they were trying to cancel us, we were at the very same time building our very own platform to declare our independence from all woke platforms that hate us, and to declare the restoration of a world dedicated to faith, family, and freedom that will bury wokeness once and for all. So tonight, we're unveiling our brand new app, what we are calling our ARC, our very own platform that can never, ever be canceled. We are uncancelable. It's a beautiful personal app that you can download completely free, as well as join one of our levels of monthly support. Just click on the link below to register and download, and it's a perfect way to come to our rescue, gang, save our community, and tell the big tech tyrants where they can stick it. And one of the things that we've been doing tonight is we've been ringing this bell to declare to all the world our independence from big tech tyranny. Remember, downloading the app is completely free, but you'll see that there are levels of support to help us in light of this new round of demonetization that we're facing. So if you choose to support us at the Sapphire or Diamond levels, those are our top two levels, in addition to joining our multiple in-person gatherings throughout the year and our fellowship dinners that we'll be having together. Remember, I want to have more access to you and you to me personally as we fight together to defend faith, family, and freedom. But in addition to that personal access, it is our honor to send you your own customized antique brass handbill, just like this one. And I want to send it to you as a daily reminder of what the bell ultimately signifies. Let me bring that up there a little bit. And it's got, if you don't know, it says freedom. We have 3 bells: faith, family, and freedom. And then what you do is you get your name on it, and it says courageous patriot in the year that you received the bell. I talked about it earlier in the live stream, but if you're just joining us, and if you've been here, I'm sure you'll love to hear it again because it's so beautiful. But the bell is an ancient and biblical reminder of the very liberties that we're fighting for. Many people don't know that the Liberty Bell is a very profound scripture verse written on it from Leviticus 25:10. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto the inhabitants thereof. And it's a year of Jubilee verse. The verse refers to the year of Jubilee when slaves were set free in accordance with biblical law. So this bell really is the sound of liberty. It's the sound of freedom. It's the sound of independence. So if you choose to support us at the sapphire or diamond levels, you'll receive a customized bell just like this as a thank you for your constant support of Turley Talks and the values that we're fighting for in America and indeed all over the world. And for every one of you joins one of our top levels of support for $100 or more monthly, I'm going to ring this bell that we had specially made just for this occasion, and I'm going to say your name in honor of you rising up as a defender of freedom. We have one more bell ringing coming up in mere moments, so hopefully you guys are registering at those high-level tiers. I'm getting word we do already have a few more signups at our platinum, sapphire, and diamond levels. We're going to be ringing this bell again. Before we do, let's move on to a bit more Q&A. I know some of you are downloading the app. You're signing up for the support tiers. You're going to have some questions for me. Remember, because we've been demonetized, our super chats have been disabled. So if you want to ask me a question, all you have to do is just join any level of support, and that will automatically make you a member of our Insiders Club. And that's how you can ask me your questions throughout our own exclusive backstage virtual platform. So I'm sure you have a number of questions about the app and Big Tech's latest attempt at canceling us, or whatever you want to talk about. I'm here. So what do we got? Give me some cues, Josh. Give me some cues. Thomas, how many of us are there? And from what nations? Are we global? Good question. Well, yes. If you join the Insiders Club, you are definitely global. We have people from all over. We have people from, obviously, Canada, South America, UK. We have people from New Zealand. We have people from Australia. Oh, my. We have people from all over the world. Absolutely. So it is a global movement. Again, the civilizational populism that's happening is happening everywhere, right? This is the new world order, rightly understood, that's happening all over the world. The world is being re-territorialized. It's being latched away from the centralized, deterritorialized and control of globalists. It's being re-territorialized, where political power is being relocalized, renationalized, and now more and more populations are recalibrating themselves around their own national, cultural, and traditional frames of reference. So what we're doing here is happening all over the world in its own unique cultural way. Americans got their way of doing it. Canadians got their way. UK got their way. All that good stuff. Russians had their way. Indians had their way. But the coolest thing is we're all going back to nation, culture, custom, tradition in a new civilizationalist world. So yes, Thomas, it is international. Spy 8464BB, are you going to delete your YouTube channel so that Google can't make all that money off of your work? No. I mean, again, one of the things that, once you have to kind of live with that. But one of the things that YouTube has afforded us is tremendous access to more people than we could ever imagine. So YouTube does have an algorithm that puts us in front of an international audience that really no other platform can do. So we're going to continue to use that. We're going to continue to exploit that. But the key is we're no longer dependent on it. People be dumb. People be dumb. I'm getting a little dyslexia here. Why does Google get to be a monopoly? Yeah. It's, uh, George Gilder is saying that the futurist George Gilder is saying its days as a monopoly are numbered. Web 3.0, the blockchain that is coming, it's inevitable. It's just a matter of when. We're already seeing it with crypto. But Web 3.0 will basically defeat Google. It completely renders Google's business model superfluous. So they just can't make money on Web 3.0 anymore the way they've been doing. And Web 3.0 is also radically decentralized. So this age of this age of centralization that we've seen on Web 2.0, the web that we have now, as opposed to Web 1.0, where that was with the what was it? What was the when you dial up on your landline? What was it? America? Well, I can't remember what we had, the email service, the web service. Okay, you guys remember it. But yeah, that's that. So the Web 2.0 is it's the age of the conglomerate, the Facebooks, the Yahoos, the Googles, to a certain extent, Twitter as well. Although Elon, of course, is in effect decentralizing from inside, giving full independence and freedom inside there. The next Web 3.0 is going to be all about ownership and decentralization. So yeah, Josh threw it out to me. America Online, AOL. I lost it, man. I can't even remember AOL. I mean, when you're my age, you spring clean your memories about every 6 weeks. So I haven't used that term AOL in ages. So there you go. So Google's monopoly, I believe, is going to be those days are numbered. Death Crew videos. How do we stop cheating at the voting? Okay, there's basically three things. Number one, if you've moved in the last 2 years, make sure that your name has been removed from the voter registration of the previous state that you've lived in. So that's number one. Okay, that's something that's very, and you can go to, and you can go anywhere. I think True the Vote has it. You can a database where you can find out if you're registered in 2 different states, because they will exploit that. So you want to make sure you get rid of that. That's number one. Number two, go to Early Vote Action. I think they're EVA.org. That's Scott Pressler's organization, or the organization he works with. Early Vote Action, and find out what you can do with regard to ballot harvesting. One of the biggest problems we have in any election is that Democrats don't play by the old rules anymore. The old rules are you try to get the most votes. Today, the new rules are it's the one who wins who gets the most ballots. And you don't know who's filling out the ballots or anything like that. So what we have to do is we have to beat them at their own game, and we have to beat them at the ballots. And that is ballot harvesting, particularly at evangelical churches, gun shows, all kinds of anywhere that conservatives hang out. Country music concerts, you name it. You register people, and then you find out where they are, make sure they got a ballot, fill it out, and then put it in a reputable ballot harvesting place, or take it to the ballot counting place as a whole. And then third, become a local poll worker / precinct worker, and make sure you are there when all votes are being counted. You do those 3 things, I think we're going to be very good. Now, it's hard because a lot of this fraud is happening in places like inner city Philly. It has 115% turnout and things like that. So that can be very hard if you don't live there. I don't know if you get to volunteer at any precinct. You want to check that out. You may only be able to volunteer at a local precinct. I'm not sure. Hannah may know, because Hannah's done some volunteer work there. But that's what I would say is get involved as a poll worker / precinct officer. And I think you'll find that you're going to have tremendous amount of audit, shall we say, authority when the vote is actually being counted. Curtis, are your servers yours and secured? I remember what happened to Parler. Absolutely. No, we don't have that yet. Again, this is beta testing. So we are in the process of getting this full. But I do believe this is on a server that's one of the good guys. This is on a server. This is definitely not on the Amazon server. That's for sure. We learned that from Parler as well. This is from one of the good guys, from one of us. Robert, can we get a class in teaching how to read smoke signals? Don't give up. We could find a way. God bless you, Dr. Trello. God bless you, Robert. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Code. We got to learn our own code. I love it. Maybe we'll have cigars with Steve. That's what we'll do. Scotch with Steve and cigars with Steve. People be dumb. Why doesn't our free speech amendment work anymore? What did Franklin? What did Benjamin Franklin say when asked, "What kind of government did you give to us?" He said, "A republic, ma'am, if you can keep it." Our republic is for virtuous people. There's no way around it. We're for, that's what John Adams said. It's a republic for religious people. It's because the founding fathers, all of them, believed that our freedom was dependent on self-governance. And self-governance, they believed, was the fruit of civic virtue. We had to be able to foster civic virtue. And if we don't have civic virtue, then the government is inevitably going to step in. They're even going to use that as an excuse to step in and do what the institutions of civic virtue, like the church, community, and the like, are supposed to be doing. So in order to cultivate virtue, we have to have a faith tradition. We have to have a church that serves as a mediating institution so the government doesn't get involved in welfare issues or community issues and the like. It stays very limited. But to have a true faith community and a true faith tradition, you had to have freedom, because coerced faith is not true faith. So you had to have freedom. But in order to have freedom, you had to have virtue. In order to have virtue, you had to have faith. In order to have faith, you had to have freedom. So that's what's called the golden triangle of freedom that all of our founding fathers held to. That got broken. The modern world, modern liberalism destroyed the golden triangle of freedom, primarily by destroying our faith communities, by privatizing them and replacing them with government agencies, so the government has a monopoly over the public square. Or any kind of competitor to government in the public square is pushed into the periphery of private life. And so now the government runs everything. And with the government running everything, things like freedom and virtue and faith all collapse. So that's basically where we are today. All right, let's move on, gang. I believe we got some more bell ringing to do. Remember, if you click on that link below and join one of our levels of monthly support, I'm going to ring this bell in honor of you being a defender of freedom. Click on that link, join one of our monthly levels of support that in the higher tier of $100 or more, and I'm going to announce your name and ring this bell in honor of you and your defiance of tyranny. I believe we have a few more. There we do. Rex P. Diamond level. God bless you, man. Thank you for your support and helping us out here. Who else? Paul GD Platinum. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being such a supporter of this channel. I appreciate it so much, Paul. Next, Truth Sleuth. That bell is for you, Truth Sleuth. TS. Switch it around. It's ST. It's Steve Turley. Something's going on there. Thank you, True Sleuth. Mareza AE. Let me give you a good one there. Diamond level. Thank you, Mareza. I hope I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not, but thank you. And God bless you for your support. Eftenig. Platinum level. Thank you, Eftenig. So appreciated for what you're doing for us. Thank you, guys. Robert M. Moore. Diamond level. That's our highest level. Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much for blessing us and for maintaining this channel and helping us to meet our costs. All right, let's do one final free giveaway, gang. Again, remember, we're drawing names from those of you who downloaded our free app to a private one-on-one virtual call with me, your Patriot Professor. We're calling it Office Hours with Dr. Steve. And my final student who has office hours with me is... I love this thing. So cool. Oh, let's see. SL Nalvin. I think I'm saying that right. SL Nalvin. SL Nalvin, contact freedom at turleytalks.com. That's freedom at turleytalks.com. I cannot wait to meet you online. I want to give a final shout out, if I can, to any of you that have joined any level of support. Guys, do we have a list of people who've just joined any level? It doesn't matter, a bronze, you name it, gold, whatever level that is. Let us know, because I would absolutely love to give you a shout out here. What do we got, gang? Tell me one way or the other. Maybe I should have given you a heads up to help you prepare. Oh, here we go. All right, we're getting some levels of support. So this is any level support. I just want to give you a much-deserved shout-out. Oh, my, you're giving me tons here. Let's give me tons. Let's start here. So we've got Libsy Hair, Andy 1367, ZJ 86, Nita Mark, Mokar. I feel like I'm reading hieroglyphics. Jay Griffiths 72, 2138, 61, Robert Drury, Eagle Eye, Deck, Rick 816 US, Jeff MC, Cat Lover 66, Loki BOU, Loki Boo, Goobler Girl, Tegan B, Jamar, Freedom, Kitty RS, Astron Martin, Johnny B, CHD, WHGR, that's a good one there. Based Salty, love it. Aspen Girl, Ratman, Don MC, Size G02, Rikus, Rosemarie, Steph, Sparrow 595, Turley Girl. Well, thank you. Don't tell my wife. James dash 007 dash A, Mary Ann Isley, J Soto, Sojourner, Hera Claying. I love it, Heraclitus. Vino Bede, Sean Data, Rosie Freethinker, Joanne E. Martinson, Scary German Guy. I love it. Asa Umyan, Wes Brown 3099, N Corruption 237. Amen to that. 2506193470. Christ, V Jackman 79, Kevin Freedom. I love it. All those E's. Turner Studio, Caitlin Janfit, Our Guru 15, Swordsmans of God, Mrs. JLIJ 5019, JRMGD, Nancy Girl, Abradoc 13, Mehouse, Greek Prof. Oh, Karimara, and Evcharistopoli, I should say Kalispera, Evcharistopoli, Rod 75A, Angel Aller, Audit, La Menine, Snake, Kyla 1978, Dana Galt, Gus, Dee Marilyn, Kilo, Clutch Cargo 459, John Knight Test, Mary Z 123, Ty Come On, JF Johnson, Elizabeth 2581, KK Inc. 4925, Big Higgy, J Sperry 2337, High Adventure, Benjamin Huff, Lisa CA, is it Canada 61? All right, we're almost there. Thank you guys so much for this. Thank you so much for supporting us like this. Linda Tuti Lulu Abershmuker 1, John Westlake, Tweety 61, GWB Fam, Patriot Goat 55, Kathy, Best Boss, Whitey 333, Potter, June Havens, J Jowl, J David, Clark Spark, Susie Bell 3, Don Regier, Zoe Remington, B Hawk 1432, B Peters 1113, Tim Bond, Luke Big 80, Randy Galvez, NV Silver, Lenny Ross, shame on YouTube. Thank you, man. S. Gro Nen Dick, L. W. L. DeWitt, E. Davis 72, P. Jane 1, Dare, Jeff MCC, Ellie Thad, Susie, Nanji, let's see, Nanj Bryson, and Nan J. Bryson, probably, M. Treves, 1990, Somerville, 71, Tara Stone, Non-Angel, American Hispanic, Billy 3, DC Carbon, D. Harris Farm, Kiss Off, Tash, Mason Slot, Wunderlich, Aldo, T Free, and Michael 17 Joe. Wow, guys. Wow, that is a huge shout out to every one of you who've joined one of our tiers. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Wow, you and Josh, our moderator, is like, wow, dang. Gang, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you 1,000 times. Like I said, you are our Braveheart. You are our William Wallace. You are our Samwise Gamgee. There is some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it is worth fighting for. There is no need to despair. In the end, this shadow, this darkness really is only a passing thing. A new day is dawning. And when the sun shines, it will shine all the brighter. You are the heroes who are awakening that dawn. You, all of you, in all your simple acts of faithfulness, every time you worship and pray, every time you kiss your kids goodnight, every time you hug them and tell them you love them, every time you encourage the people in your lives, you're not merely expressing your own personal sentiments. You're celebrating and embodying the timeless values of faith, family, and freedom. And you are really changing the world. Gang, this is our moment. This is our time. This is our declaration of restoration. And as long as we stand together, we are going to fight for what is good. And we're going to say to our enemies that no matter what you try to take away from us, no matter what, you will never, ever, ever take our freedom. I love you all. God bless.